Tonight on KVR News, an update on Baltimore's progress.
And a growing issue with online fraud.
You're watching KVR News, Austin's leader for live, local UT coverage.
Broadcasting live from the Texas Student Television Studios at the University of Texas. You're watching KVR News at 9, Austin's leader for live, local UT coverage. Your news starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to KVR News for Monday, May 4th. I'm Cassandra Jaramillo.
And I'm Marievel, Santiago.
2 suspects were killed in Garland after they opened fire Sunday in a parking lot outside of a provocative contest for cartoon depictions of the Prophet Muhammad. Garland city government issued a statement saying that as a Muhammad art exhibit event was coming to a close at the Curtis Curwell Center, 2 males drove up to the front of the building in a car and started shooting at a security officer.
Garland ISD officer Bruce Joyner was hit but suffered non-life-threatening injuries. A traffic officer at the scene opened fire on the suspects with a service pistol, killing both of them outside of their car.
Baltimore is hoping to return to normal after a long week of unrest from the riots that have erupted following the death of Freddie Gray. In order for damaged businesses to recover from the recent protests, Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake has issued the 6-day citywide curfew in Baltimore. Has lifted the citywide curfew, I should say. Since Monday's protest, about 200 businesses were destroyed and 113 officers were injured. Since April 23rd, 486 people have been arrested, including arrests from violations of the citywide curfew that was lifted on Sunday. The Baltimore riots have been seen around the nation and have affected many people, including a group here on the UT campus. The International Socialist Organization will be hosting a discussion forum this Wednesday at 7 p.m. in Parlin Hall. They will be discussing what the rebellion means and various ways to support it. For more information on participating in the event, visit austiniso.org.
With the Nepal death toll exceeding 7,000, the UT community is taking action and helping in any way they can. The Nepal Students Association held a vigil Wednesday night at the Gregory Plaza to express solidarity with those suffering in Nepal after the recent earthquake. The University Co-op is partnering with the Nepali Student Association to raise funds for the earthquake victims. All proceeds from the sale of these t-shirts will be donated to the Nepal Earthquake Relief Fund by Global Giving. Shirts are $9.99 and they can be purchased at the co-op or online.
Uber, the mobile-based transportation network, might be leaving Austin. The company is having contract issues with the city. According to a letter sent out by the Uber, did not provide enough information in its quarterly reports. Uber has to provide data to the city to conclude if it should be terminated. The city says the information helps them to be assured that the safety and interest of those traveling in the public are being met. And while cyber shopping is convenient, it's a very convenient way to find deals, a new community through forums may not always be the safest route. Leslie Adami reports on how students can better protect themselves from possible online scams.
With finals right around the corner, students are keeping their notes close and their laptops closer. Though used mostly for studying, some take a break to do some online shopping. And while it seems rather easy to whip out your card and make purchases online through sites such as Craigslist, eBay, or even Facebook, it's just as easy for someone on the other end to be taking your money.
I was like, these are UT kids and they should be credible. That's what I think.
First-year student Lexan Malzarte makes several purchases through the UT Buy Sell Trade Free Facebook group. It's a group she says she trusts. However, earlier this month, she received a call from UTPD that she had purchased a stolen laptop from a student on the Facebook page.
This one guy messaged me, he's like, I don't want to be shady or anything. That should have been like something.
According to a recent National Retail Federation report, retailers estimate that 1/3 of blog site items are actually stolen goods. To tackle the issue at the university level, UTPD officer William Piper advises students to keep an eye out for some key red flags.
You should ask the person, How did you get the property? If they said they found it, that's a red flag. If they said it was given to them, that's a red flag. If they said they bought it for a very low price, that's a red flag.
When making purchases online, UTPD encourages students that when they're going to meet up with the person that they're going to exchange the products with, to do so in a well-lit area, preferably during the day, either in front of an apartment complex or on campus. Despite her negative experience, Lexan says that won't hinder her from using the page, but it did teach her a valuable lesson she hopes other students can learn from.
Leslie Adami, KVR News.
Students are walking with more caution around campus after an email sent out by UT Safety Alert System stated that a man was seen photographing a female in the women's restroom located near the food court in the Student Activity Center on Sunday evening. UTPD described the man as a 5'6", light-skinned male. He was wearing sandals, a t-shirt with a blue 85 on his back. The Student Activity Center's desk could not disclose any more information at the time, but students are encouraged to call UTPD or 911 immediately if they see anyone who fits this description.
It was really concerning when I originally read the email. It made me really question how this could have happened, because I usually think of bathrooms as kind of safe and protected, and there's just like these rules to them, so it made me much more aware of the campus.
The Student Government General Assembly is slated to vote Tuesday on AR6, a resolution calling on the university to hand out pamphlets detailing UT's history with racism and sexism in all cultural diversity 5 courses. A similar resolution was tabled by the last assembly at its final meeting in March after a heated debate with a closed vote. The concerns have focused on the image the pamphlets could paint on UT and individual organizations in it, along with the lack of a mandate for dialogue about the pamphlets in the resolution.
Still to come, dancing raises awareness.
Miss Black UT pageant announces a winner.
You're watching KVR News.
You're watching KVR News at 9. Your campus, your news.
Students for WEMA, a student group with the focus of raising money and supporting the WEMA Child Care Center in Kenya, held a flash mob dance routine last week on the main mall of UT's campus. According to the organizers, the group's #WeMatter flash mob aimed at raising awareness about their organization as well as other underrepresented organizations on campus. While organizers say that originally there were supposed to be more participants, they consider the event a huge success. Students for WEMA won the Outstanding Student Organization Tower Award for the 2015 year, given out by the Longhorn Center for Community Engagement. And Snapchat has quickly become the most popular social media network that those ages 18 through 26 are using, beating out other social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The app allows you to send quick pictures to your friends, and after the allotted time they are played for, they disappear. A popular UT-based account is taking advantage of the temporary images, though. UT Unrated is an account that posts pictures that feature nudity, drug use, and sex sent from around the UT campus area. The account is already on its 3rd installment after being shut down by Snapchat 2 times before. With this controversial account on display, we went out to ask UT students how they feel about it.
Everyone's willing to have their own Snapchat, but to submit your own thing is up to you. Your own pictures are up to you.
I personally wouldn't. I don't know about it, so I wouldn't watch it.
I think it's kind of disturbing. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't be on Snapchat.
Because it's something that, a student can send in, and they're willingly sending it in. It's fine. I mean, I would have an issue with it if they were taking these from some other place.
I don't have any problem with the unrated Snapchat. I mean, it's people's personal business.
The Austin City Limits Festival will announce its lineup tomorrow at 6 a.m. The 3-day passes for ACL will go on sale later that day at 10 a.m. Single-day passes will go on sale later this summer. The annual event will take place at Zilker Park. Weekend 1 of ACL 2015 will be October 2nd through the 4th, with weekend 2 being the following weekend, October 9th through the 11th.
The Austin Animal Center has a large selection of cats and dogs in need of a good home. Cinco de Adopción is a special event held by the Animal Center where you can take home a pet for just $5. The small fee includes a spade and neuter surgery, a microchip, and vaccinations, all valued at over $200. You can adopt a pet at the Austin Animal Center located at 7201 Lavender Loop from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. The special also includes pets at the Overflow Center on Cesar Chavez. The adoption special will run through tomorrow. A man was arrested this Saturday after stealing from vendors at the Pecan Street Festival. Police say many witnesses saw the suspect in action stealing items from several vendors, and officers were able to track him down thanks to the quick thinking of the event goers. Vendors say the problem arises when there is only one seller at the booth, making it easier for these suspects to make their move.
In a time where acceptance and understanding is rising from the LGBTQ community, there are still some misconceptions about the differences between gender, sexual orientation, and gender identity. Despite the misconceptions, people gathered on Friday to express their individuality at the annual 2015 drag race competition. Our Cinnamon Cornell shows us what the queens had to offer on and off stage.
Drag queens are stereotypically viewed as gay men that dress in women's clothing for personal fulfillment. Amongst the growing understanding of drag, transgender, and the likes, there is a misconception about the people behind the wigs and makeup. The Queens of Texas and Delta Lambda Phi teamed up to present the 2015 drag race competition to promote acceptance of the cultural phenomenon.
I think the biggest misconception is that we want to be women, and that's not the case for everybody. For some, perhaps it is, but not for everybody. I think most drag queens just do it kind of like a character, it's kind of like an act. You know, it's like if we're actors and we put this on to play like a persona.
Through this door, participants are preparing themselves to show audience members what drag queens are all about.
The competition gives participants the opportunity to express their individuality. Though society may perceive drag queens as people trying to be someone else, they are simply expressing a vibrant character or persona.
That is becoming more mainstream. People are doing it more because of their expression, not because of who they want to be, per se.
Despite any differences, the drag community is loving and welcoming. All a queen asks for is respect and understanding.
Everyone is very friendly, and if you are honestly interested in learning and performing, if you go up to someone with an earnest interest, they will usually take you on, or at least help you get started.
Cinnamon Cornell, KVR News.
The annual Miss Black UT pageant took place last night, and 6 contestants graced the stage, debuting their talents and speaking about their platforms. Brothers of the Iota Delta Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity hosted the Miss Black UT pageant that brought more than 200 in attendance. This year's winner was Lauren Taylor, a junior RTF major within the College of Communication.
Wow, it's amazing. I honestly didn't even expect to win. I just did it for the experience. I had like such amazing girls competing with me, and they were so great. I know I have a bond that's gonna last forever. I just feel so humbled.
This week, Deanna, will we be seeing any showers these upcoming days?
Well, there is a chance of light showers throughout the week. I'll have more in this week's weather after the break.
Awesome.
Have a news tip or story idea? Call the KVR News Tip Line, 475-8181.
We began Monday with a sunny start, kicking off this last week of classes with a high of 84, and it looks like highs will remain in the mid-80s throughout the days to come. However, the nice sunshine we saw today won't be back for the rest of the week. We're expecting gloomy weather these next few days, beginning with tonight's cloudy skies. Be sure to pack your umbrella starting tomorrow because there is a chance of rain every day this week. However, that chance remains low throughout, between 20 and 40%, with a 40% chance of thunderstorms falling on Tuesday night. That chance drops to 30% on Wednesday, and the following days will continue to see a slight probability of thunderstorms. Saturday and Sunday, the chance of rain rises to 50%. Since these percentages are mostly low, don't cancel any outdoor plans just yet, although I'm sure most of us will be spending this week indoors studying for upcoming exams. Overcast skies pair perfectly with a cup of coffee or tea. Try to stay dry as you get ready for finals and be prepared for scattered showers. Live in the Weather Center, Deanna Govea, KVR News.
All right, thanks, Deanna.
College Press Box's Matt Adams will be in the studio to talk Longhorn sports and the NFL after the break. Stay tuned.
Now, KVR News at 9 Sports.
Welcome back. I'm Matthew Adams from College Press Box. On Thursday, the National Football League started their 2015 draft with the first round live from Chicago and finished Saturday with round 7 broadcasted from the team's local markets. The Longhorns experienced 0 players selected for the first time since 1937 during last year's draft. We're well represented this year with 5 Longhorn football players hearing their names called. The Patriots, with the last and 32nd overall pick in the first round, selected defensive tackle Malcolm Brown. On Friday, the Philadelphia Eagles drafted Jordan Hicks with the 84th overall pick. Saturday was rounds 4th through 7th and represented moving days for 3 other Longhorns. Michael Thompson went to the New York Giants, Quandre Diggs to the Detroit Lions, and Jeff Swaim to the Dallas Cowboys. After watching the spring game and the play of Tyrone Swoops, Gerard heard who would choose start in the season opener against Notre Dame.
Well, Matt, going back to the NFL draft, though, what are your thoughts on Malcolm Brown going to the Patriots?
Well, the way I feel about Malcolm Brown going in this draft, he's the best player for the Texas Longhorns. And he filled a position that the New England Patriots needed to fill with Vince Wilfork, needing to replace him after they let him go to the Houston Texans. Huge hole to fill for the New England Patriots on that defensive line. And I think he'll do a good job filling that traditional 3-4 defense that we've seen with Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm. All right, thanks, Matt.
No problem.
And coming up, our Nancy Hernandez is live in studio with your entertainment news. Nancy, what is happening in the world of entertainment this week?
We have more on the fight of the century. As action fights its way to theaters, we'll have more after the break.
You're watching KVR News at 9. Your campus, your news.
Welcome back to KVR News. Floyd Mayweather remains undefeated at 48-0 after beating Manny Pacquiao Saturday night in the most anticipated fight of the decade. Mayweather maintained a strong defense throughout the fight, while Pacquiao unsuccessfully came at Mayweather with an aggressive edge. Critics claim the fight was overhyped. Both boxers appear to play it safe throughout the night. Ultimately, the real winner of the night was money. The estimated pay-per-view revenue from the fight is $300 million. Arena seats were priced from $1,500 to $40,000. Even if Mayweather lost, he was still contracted to receive 60% of the revenue. Earth's Mightiest Heroes avenged their spot at the biggest opening this past weekend. The Avengers Age of Ultron made nearly $188 million in its domestic debut. It now holds the record for the second largest opening of all time. Some speculate the May-Pac fight of the century could have kept some potential moviegoers from theaters, keeping it from setting a new record. But which film has the first spot? That would be the first installment of The Avengers from 2012. Second place isn't too shabby when you're also in first. And it was a star-studded country music weekend here in Austin. Not only was there the annual Lone Star Jam hosted over at the LBJ Lawn, down Red River Street, the Frank Irwin Center hosted the second annual iHeartRadio Country Music Festival. The show itself was hosted by Darius Rucker and Sugarland's Jennifer Nettles together. Together, they welcomed to the stage country stars such as Justin Moore, Brandley Gilbert, Brad Paisley, Rascal Flatts, and Big and Rich. Singer Sam Hunt even flew in from a previous concert in Dallas to make the event and perform. Some special guests in attendance included some of Hollywood's favorite couples, Erica and Jesse James Decker, Bobby Bones, and Craig Robinson. And on May 2nd, the UK rejoiced with the arrival of royal baby number 2. A week past her due date, the Duchess of Cambridge walked out of the St. Mary's Hospital in London with husband Prince William and the newborn in her arms. Today, the name of the new baby princess was announced. The fourth in line to the throne will be known as Her Royal Highness Princess Charlotte Elizabeth Diana of Cambridge. That's all your entertainment news. To keep up on all the news and updates, make sure to follow us at KVR ENT.
Thanks, Nancy, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Cassandra Jaramillo.
And I'm Marievel Santiago. For news and weather updates throughout the week, you can follow us on Twitter at KVR News.
Stay tuned for College Press Box up next on Texas Student Television. Have a great night.